how would one safely say, I have mastered the art of navigating my dreams, my pursuit for my dreams and relationship?
For me, one of my go-to words are life in itself is deliberate. You have to be very purposeful in what you do. Your family can help you build your work. Your work can help you build your family. So both must intertwine for you to have a healthy and a robust family and a work-life balance. Someone once said that vision leaks. In other words, you can actually be redundant in your vision. You're trying to pursue a dream, you're trying to pursue a project, and you get flatten out. If your partner understands it, they'll help you to run with that project and make sure you actualize that project and come up with the great content with those project or result. It's not everybody that is in support of your dream. As much as you tell a lot of people, even in your company or friends, a lot of them will turn back on you. Life in itself is a learning curve. You've never been here before. And the mistake we make sometimes, we try to impress. We try to make yourself look good, forgetting the fact that whether you make yourself look good or not, someone will talk about you. So most times, we need people to assume things. And when we need people to assume things, there's no boundary. If you can only allow them understand you, what you're doing at that time, communication is the key for boundary. Whatever you do, learn to structure, learn to plan. There's nothing you can do that will change a situation of a thing immediately. Planning is key. Being deliberate is key. Be purposeful is key. When you put these things in all ramification and in a perspective, you find out that you have a good life.
Imagine for a second with me, you're a very passionate young man or young woman. They have a dream. Let's say, for instance, they dream to own a fashion brand. And you have a husband. But now you have to work your full-time job. You have to sew in the night. You have to take courses online. And you don't have the time you used to have for your husband, did you? How do you navigate the relationship with your husband and yourself? Imagine for a second, you have a group of friends that you hide out with from time to time. And all of a sudden, there's this burning dream that has captivated your interest and you're pursuing with all your might. But your friends keep complaining that you didn't want them. That brings us to the topic of today, where we'll be discussing navigating relationships while pursuing a dream. Welcome to Minding Your Tomorrow. My name is Choma Ezani. And today with us is somebody to help us talk about this. We have William Ndiokho. He is a counselor. He is a relationship coach. He is a husband and a businessman. Let's welcome you, William. How are you today?
Fine, thank you. Thank you for having me today.
So good to have you here. Be here. Let me tell you, William is a therapist, and I have benefited from his therapy. There was a time I was burning out. I had a burnout from work. It was difficult navigating work, my relationship, and he was my go-to person for 14 days thereabout. And then I sat through it. I trust me. I recommend him. And that's why he's here to just help us, navigate this. Hi, Minnie.
Hi, Choma.
It's good to have you on the other side.
Thank you very much. I'm delighted to be here today.
Thank you for honoring our invitation.
My pleasure.
So tell us, how would one safely say, I have mastered the art of navigating my dreams, my pursuit for my dreams and relationship? How would someone stay and not feel guilty? Because you know how you just feel guilty for doing what you love because you feel like it's taking you away from every other thing that you also love. Is there, please share some insight with us. Is there a time in your life that you had to struggle with your relationship and navigating and still handle?
Well, Thank you very much for that question. And life in itself is a wholesome life. You have to put work, life, and balance.
Yeah.
Yeah. For me, one of my say go-to words, life in itself is deliberate. You have to be very purposeful in what you do, how you do it, where you go, how you go about it. You cannot do without one. Relationship on this side, your work on this side. Both of them are very important. Your family can help you build your work. Your work can help you build your family. So both must intertwine for you to have a healthy and a robust family and a work-life balance. So for me, I have a lot of examples to give and things like that. I've lived for 16 years now. I've been married. Been married to my lovely wife for 16 years, and we've been going up and down, up and down. Most time, my safe haven is to talk with my wife.
Okay.
Share everything I needed to do with my wife. The ones I'm not supposed to do that I know that we've not agreed on, I hold on to. I hold on until we have a clear understanding. Now, let me tell you something about dreams. You have a canvas,
Yeah.
and you have a dream, and you begin to paint on that canvas. Even if you try to paint out, people will not understand until you have the full-blown picture. Then you now turn it to the other person and say, look at what I was talking about. This is what I envision. And explain it to the person, and the person will buy it. In other words, I do that with my wife. I'll tell her, this is what I'm trying to explain. If she doesn't understand, I try to throw more light. Until she has a full picture and she understands it. And guess what? When she understands it, she runs with it. She's the one that even pushes me. Someone once said that vision leaks. In other words, you can actually be redundant in your vision. You're trying to pursue a dream, you're trying to pursue a project, and you get flattened out. At the end of the day, you don't have interest on that project. If your partner understands it, they'll help you to run with that project and make sure you actualize that project and come up with the great content with those project or result. So that's it.
I completely agree with you. You know, when you said vision leads, it just resonated with me. I used to tell people I am an idea person. I like to spring up ideas and then run with it like the whole world depends on it. But after a time, I think I kind of get bored with it. Although I'm working on it and I've been working and I'm becoming successful at, maintaining my momentum. However, I get bored. And then when I get bored, it is the people that I have shared my vision with, that have caught the fire of vision, that actually help me push it further to the end. If you had held it on to yourself and, enclosed in, the vision probably dies. So I completely agree with what you're saying. However, now beyond man and woman relationship, beyond husband and wife, because I agree with you about sharing with your significant other and be as open as possible. Now, even in that situation, what if they never understand? And this dream is important. In fact, God has dropped it in, it's from above, and they don't understand it. That's number one. Number two, now with family and friends, right? It's not everybody you will have the time, the energy to sit down and drawing a picture of what you have. At what point do you say, you know what, pause, I'm done. I'm not going to explain to you. Believe what you will. I'm just going to do me. Is it healthy to say that? Or if it's healthy to say that, how do you say that? That it doesn't leave you so guilty? And if you manage to say that, how do you draw the line?
Okay, so thank you very much. Sometimes, or most time, you should know the friends, the kind of people, the kind of relationships that you keep. we need to put them in departments. We need to departmentalize our friendship. You have the kind of friends that you talk to about a certain issue. You have another one you talk to about another issue. Take for instance, you belong to the same church and you have a church member. There are people in that church that you talk to about church, not about business. So everybody should have their boundaries. If you don't believe in what I do, doesn't stop us from being friends, but I don't share my dreams with you again. And most times, we make that mistake to think that everybody is in support of your dream. It's not everybody that is in support of your dream. Not every of your friends. It should take a few people to buy into your dreams and things like that. So as much as you tell a lot of people, even in your company of friends, a lot of them will turn back on you.
Yeah.
A lot of them will tell you that, Kai, this thing will not work. A have tried it, B have tried it, and they will not work. They forget the fact that people are not the same.
Yeah.
A lot of people have to have their say. I am of this opinion and philosophy that allow people to make their mistakes.
Yeah.
Let them learn. Life in itself is a learning curve. You've never been here before. Take for instance, we were born today and nobody was born angry.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, you grew up and you found out that you are an angry person. It is because of the society, what the society has put inside of you, what you hear, what you see, your environment has influenced you, have affected you. So all these things will happen in your life. So everybody that comes to your life doesn't mean that they're going to follow you to where you're going to in your day.
Yeah.
Some might be, you talk to them about your relationship and you're comfortable. Some will be, I'm talking to you about my job and you're comfortable. Some will be that I'm talking to you about my dreams and you're comfortable. But the ones that does not align with your dreams, put them where they are supposed to be. Because it's not everybody that should know your dreams. Because a lot of people will trample on your dream. Take for instance, I'm also a Bible student, so sorry.
Yeah.
So when David came and saw Goliath ranting, I said, "Hi, I'm going to you people. Yeah, I'm going to. I dare your God," or all those things he said. And David heard and came. When David said he was going to fight Goliath, what happened? A lot of them said he cannot.
Yeah. Naysayers.
A lot of them said you cannot. Even to the point where the king gave him his apparent, the things, the armor he wears to go and fight war. You know what David said to him? David said, "This I do not know." David told him, "This I do not know. So I am not a pawn with this." So it's not everything that people throw at you should accept.
Yeah.
You should take and run with. Don't let people take you away from your dreams. Once you share it with your significant other, people around you that loves you, and they bite, sometimes they don't need to understand. Sometimes they just for their information.
Yeah.
Let them give you your support. Let them show that they are supporting you. And at the end of the day, you achieve. And as you go in the business, as you go in the project, you begin to learn and they begin to understand also.
Wow. I like it. This is loaded. This is loaded. Because you said a lot of things there, and I'm hearing you say when you receive it, it's not everybody that needs to hear what you have to do with your life. You know, a lot of people overshare, maybe out of trying to feel relevant, out of trying to have a place. Let them also see that I'm doing something. Nobody needs to see. You don't have to validate anybody. You don't owe anybody any explanation for what you're doing, apart from the people that actually listen to what you're doing. So I hear that
some people also want to take advantage of.
Yeah.
Like I tell people also, you are not a mind reader. You don't know what the other person is
thinking.
So you just, in your own mind, you want to just share this dream. You are happy. You don't know what the other person that is listening to you, first and foremost, they might be jealous. They might be envious. They might don't want you to progress in life. And some people are genuine. They can be genuine and say, "Oh, I want you to progress, but this is not the right time."
Yeah.
This is not the right time. But when would be the right time? That's the question. You ask yourself, when would that right time come? If you don't start it now, you will never go forward. Take for instance, the analogy I just gave about David. If David said, maybe true, I cannot face this guy, let me go and practice again. But David said to himself that I conquered the bear, I conquered the lion. Who is this one that I cannot conquer? So if you have made a little effort and you have progressed in that effort, please hold on to it.
Yeah.
Say that I have done A and I have done B and I can do this also.
Yeah.
So I think that's it.
Wow. Now, where does the place of responsibility fall in? How do you navigate things like that? Responsibility that you did not create for yourself. Other people's responsibility. Like, it's actually important too. But now I have this huge passion that I'm running, which on my own accord, I have ironed myself out on how I'm going to make it work. But now this other life responsibility that is weighing at me, and I don't want to look like I'm an insensitive or bad person. How do you?
Okay, so the mistake we make sometimes, we try to impress. We try to make yourself look good, forgetting the fact that whether you make yourself look good or not, someone will talk about you. I'm not saying it's not a good thing. Carry what you can carry. Don't saddle yourself with responsibilities that are above you. Sometimes this is what I say to people. You can actually take care of them from afar. Give them a place because of your work. Don't try to stress yourself or beat yourself out, because for every time you do that, you will be bitter. You'll be looking at yourself and be feeling guilty, feeling bad about yourself that I'm not giving these people the responsibility or the time that I'm supposed to give to them. Because you have already planned yourself and now you're saddle yourself with another responsibility that at the end of the day, it makes you bad. So deal with them from afar instead of bringing them close to yourself, because that's where your power is. So we need to come to life, make it reality. So I'm doing this thing so I be able to take care of you, but I don't have to kill myself in doing that.
Yeah, that is so profound. I'm doing this to take care of you, but I don't have to kill myself in doing that. How do you create healthy boundaries that say, you know what, this is what I'm doing?
So most times, we need people to assume things. And when we need people to assume things, there's no boundary. If you can only allow them understand you, what you're doing at that time, communication is the key for boundary. If you don't communicate properly, they will not understand your boundaries. They'll take you for granted, and they will, at the end of the day, feel that you're not interested in them.
Coming back to responsibility, kids. Let's say you are starting off, because I've had a lot of people who, they're just kicking up. We just started, right? And maybe you see small money here and there, and like things like this getting good punch. Well, you just started your business, you just started your career, and you haven't stabilized. But there's father calling you for money, there is mother calling you for money, there's people of the village listening, they are calling you for money because maybe they saw you with a car. Maybe you just bought that car because to aid your business or something like that. How do you help with responsibility without driving yourself?
Okay, so again, I'll say, let's put, we'll come back to boundaries. We need to put boundaries in place. You are not, let me tell you, you are not a Superman. You can't help everybody. Even Jesus Christ did not help everybody. Jesus Christ said, the poor will always be with him. So if you can structure yourself, put yourself, do a scale of preference. My father is more important. My family, my direct family is more important. This is what I structure for them every month. Make it monthly or weekly, depending on how you see your income. Your friends, your uncles and things like that, you don't hold their direct responsibility. It is when you have, sometimes you give to them. It is not every time you should give to them. You shouldn't structure them like you structure your parents. Because at the end of the day, whether you structure them and you're putting yourself under so much stress. And your mental health is very important for you to be able to stabilize yourself, to do your business and keep your family in one wholeness. So whatever you do, learn to structure, learn to plan, learn to put this thing in perspective, learn to draw your scale of preference, your opportunity cost, and say that this is what I want to do, this is how I'm going to do it, and plan around it. If you can only structure yourself, put these things down. Don't just say, don't put it in your head, put it down, write it down. This is what I'm going to do. Daddy, every month, I'm going to be sending 5,000 every month. Daddy have at the head of and back of his mind that is at the end of the month.
Yeah.
Except for emergency. Except for emergency that nobody is expecting it. Nobody knows what is going to come. But I have 5,000 naira for you every month. Mommy, I have 5,000 naira for you every month. So they plan around the 5,000 that is going to come by the end of the month. People, not just coming that you need money. No. You're putting stress on yourself.
Yes.
And they are putting stress on themselves also.
Yeah.
So once you can structure that, you find that there'll be a healthy boundaries, there'll be a healthy relationship because we understand ourselves.
I completely agree. I have my younger brother is in Canada, and anytime you call him and say, how far? We saying like, those stars, I say your house is, and you're just telling me, you didn't give me that. Just wait. How do you know what is an emergency? Because almost people call you these emergencies. Somebody's going to the hospital. This person is about to die. How do you know the emergency to respond to? And how do you know which emergency? You spoke about family, prioritizing your father and mother, and then, of course, your immediate family is a no-brainer. And then you can now see what you can do for every other person. But sometimes this emergency comes, and if you're a giver or you have a good heart, it looks like you want to help. How do you stop yourself and say, you know what, this is your emergency, not mine, something like that, and just not moving to like that thing.
You know what? Most time when we call emergency, daddy is dying now. Your daddy will not die now. And it's not because of my money that your daddy will die or not die. Sure, that's the truth. That's the truth. It's not because of my money.
Yeah.
Sometimes even if I give my money, something can still go wrong.
Yeah.
Do you understand? So at the end of the day, we will have to sit down and also analyze it. Don't put yourself under pressure. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Emergency will come and emergency will go. It doesn't have to be now. Let's say, for instance, something happened in the village and they say, Choma, come now, no, daddy is dying, no, come, please tell them that I'm coming.
Yeah.
Daddy will not die.
Yeah.
So that you don't put yourself, we don't begin to treat two people at the same time.
You don't die after
the daddy. We don't begin to treat the people at the same time.
Yeah.
Let one person relax and be able to get himself and work with it. So if you can, the key word is just calm down. No emergency can disrupt you.
Wow.
Or should disrupt you.
Yeah. Yeah.
The emergency should, even if someone have an accident there, they will have to take the person to the hospital first.
Yeah.
They have to analyze the person before at the end of the day, we can now know what the cost is.
Yeah.
Even if I'm there right now, it does not revive the person.
Yeah. Yeah.
Even if I send the money right now, it does not revive the person.
True.
So let's do things right. Let's not put ourselves under so much pressure.
Yeah.
So that.
Thank you very much. It has been incredible listening to you, William.
Thank you.
If you're just tuning in to us, this is William Ndiokho. He is a counselor, a husband, a businessman, and he's my favorite therapist. Yeah, and he has been speaking to us on navigating relationship while chasing your dream. It has been incredible having you here, speaking to us about all this. I would like you to say one last word to the viewers just before giving them.
Okay, there's nothing you can do that will change a situation of a thing immediately. Planning is key. Being deliberate is key. Be purposeful is key. When you put these things in all ramification and in a perspective, you find out that you have a good life. Love. Learn to love. I also say that in a relationship, love is the door to any relationship, but commitment to keeping that relationship. I'll also tell you that there's no two perfect relationship, or there's no perfect person in a relationship. Two people can come together and become perfect. And also know that their perfection is different from the being perfection. Everybody have their own perfection. This is what we have agreed to be perfect in. Doesn't mean that the other person should be the same with us. Everybody have their own perfection, but no one person is perfect. Thank you, Barry.
Oh my God. Everybody have their own perfection, but not one person. No one person is perfect. Thank you very much, Williams. It's been an honor to have you on our show. And this is Minding You Tomorrow with Chuma Ezani. And until next time when we bring you another topic, peace out.